Hey VC, it is Old Metal Rocker 66 here with a update. Been about a month since I last did a video. Been kind of not doing a whole lot, you know, just garnering music and wait until I have enough to show. I do have a lot, so this might be a little bit lengthy, so if you want a long video then you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I mean, watch it in parts. But anyway, yeah, it's actually a lot of mixed stuff here. Some thrash, some crossover, some hardcore thrash, some power metal, some hard rock, a little bit of everything. And we're going to start off with this. And we're going to kind of, I have the vinyl and the CD. I believe I will show it together, so that way I can kill two birds with one stone. So anyway, Primal released, God, what number album is this? Got to be like 19 or 20, I think. But anyway, they released a new album, a lineup change, new guitarist, new drummer, and finally Matt Sinner is healthy enough now he can come back and concentrate. He's been sick for a while. So anyway, so I picked up Domination. And at first, you know, I heard some of the tracks online. They didn't really grab me except for the last one. And I'm trying to think of which one. The Hunter. I can't remember what the third release was. Anyway, really didn't hit me all that well. I guess I was used to the 3 guitar attack. And, Alex Bayrat and I can't remember who else left. But anyway, so they have a new guitarist, Thalia, and I wasn't very familiar with her playing, and but this really didn't grab me at first. But I've been really starting to listen to this more and more, and it's really starting to grab me more. It's definitely Primal. Definitely Ralph Sheepers does an awesome job as always on vocals. And but I like this 2 guitar attack they have. I think it gives. I think Tom Naumann. I think it's Tom Naumann or Newman. I can't remember anyway. But I think he has more time to have more solo time. I mean, whereas when you had the 3 guitar attack, you had 3 people competing for solos, and I think this is a prime example of his playing ability. It's very, very killer on this. Having heard this quite a number of times now, it's really growing on me, and it's starting to creep up there. It won't be a number 1 for me, but it might be there. I don't know. Not number 1 though. But anyway, and then I picked up, of course, the vinyl. In the past, I would have bought every color there was of this, but now I'm just settling for 1 color. I don't have the expenses to be buying all these colors now, so yeah, sounds really good. To me, I think the standout track for me is I Am the Primal Fear. I think that is just, one of their best tracks they've written in a long time. Absolutely killer. And then I picked up, pre-ordered this. I don't have all of Uncle Ted stuff, but I picked this up. Ted Nugent, the Nuge Vault Volume 2 debut solo album with 75 demos and live rarities. This came yesterday, so I haven't really had a chance to hear this. But hard rock from Uncle Ted. And but yeah, 75 to 25, 50 years. And then I picked up these over at Rockadrome. I picked up, I love the Doors. In fact, I had just got done playing this album, which is an excellent bootleg. Great recording quality on these. This comes out with, oh, I'm trying to think of the, let's see here. The Supernaut label. One of those labels that put out good quality bootlegs. And then, so I picked up this one as well. The Celebration of the Lizard, a collection of rare studio recordings, 66 to 70. Great stuff. Tracks that I haven't heard in a long time. Different. And, but it's, this really sounds good. And this is on the Verny label out of France. So a lot of these boot labels are out of France, and they do excellent work. They're not loaded with a lot of stuff, vinyl and the covers, that's it. Maybe you might get an insert, but most times you don't. But excellent recording. And then I picked up this as well. Riot, Fire Down Under, Long Island, September 9th, 1981. Absolutely good live album, and it is on, I'm trying to think of the name of this, something label, JSL label, but it's an acronym, and I can't remember the full name. It's kind of a weird label, but anyway, Riot, and it's on the pink vinyl here. Love Riot. In fact, about a year back or 2 years back, Cleopatra, or one of them labels, put out a lot of those UFO live albums. Well, now the Riot albums are coming out, but they're not on that label. They're on a different label, and they're all live albums if anybody's interested. I just seen them starting to pop up online. And then I picked up the latest album from Solicitor, Enemy in Mirrors. And can't remember her name. Karlsson on vocals. What was her name? I'm trying to think of it. Amy Lee Karlsson, yeah. On vocals. This came out a couple weeks back. I finally got a pre-ordered disc. Speed metal out of, I believe, they're out of Seattle, I believe. But they released an EP earlier in the year, which is also good. And this is just as good. And definitely pick it up if you like speed metal. And then I picked up a few more over at Rock and Roll. So I picked up, I love Saxon, and have most of their stuff. A lot of their bootlegs I have, and all their studio albums I have, all the live albums I have, and what was it, last year? Yeah, it was last year. Saxon came out with Hell, Fire, and Damnation. Well, they followed it up with this, with Hell, Fire, and Damnation, Eagles over Hellfest. And it is on vinyl, but it is very pricey at the current moment, so I settled for the CD. Hopefully maybe it'll drop, but love Saxon. And so I picked up this over at Rock and Roll as well. Picked up this Saxon. Stand Up and Rock, a collection of radio sessions, album outtakes, and demo tracks from 1982. And trying to think of what tour that was. The Eagle Has Landed tour. You know, it was right around the Power and the Glory era is when a lot of this came out. But yeah, good stuff there. And of course we lost a great a great front man. Not everybody loved him, but I loved it. I don't have a lot. I do have quite a bit of it, stuff, but I don't have all of it. But I did pick up this, and I picked up this Ozzy Osbourne Flying High in Tokyo, the classic broadcast, June 29th, 1984, Tokyo. It's on a limited splatter. I just got this. I haven't heard this as well. But this is put out by Stylus Groove. I've got number 392 of 500. But anyway, it's got a lot of the classics: Rock and Roll Rebel, Bark at the Moon, Mr. Crowley, Paranoid, Crazy Train, Iron Man, so he does a mix. But yeah. Let's see, this came out actually this year, so it's a new release. And then I picked up another Black Sabbath boot, Paranoia, the classic UK live radio broadcast collection. BBC Sunday show, Broadcasting House, London, 26th of April of 1970. On purple vinyl. Love Black Sabbath. And I'd been waiting. I knew this was going to come out on vinyl. I've been waiting. I have the first one. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I knew this was going to come out, and this is put out by Lost Realm Records. I picked up the second album, which was kind of an EP, and they added some demo stuff to this. But I picked up Aftermath, Building Up to Meltdown. Man, what a killer thrash album. Guys are out of, I think they're out of Phoenix, Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. But put out by Lost Realm, and they do a great package. Let's see here. So the other one I was trying to remember was called Straight from Hell, which is out on vinyl, also great. And then this one here. So killer Arizona thrash, aggressive, fast, and I don't know why these guys just never made it. They were a killer band, but yeah, good stuff there. And I've seen this around. I've heard people talk about it. I finally found this over at Shadow Kingdom. It's kind of spotty over there. Every once in a while they'll have a good month run of stuff that I'm more into. I seen this over there for a decent price, so I picked up this Defender album, Dutch heavy metal from like '85, and it is City Ad Mortis. Got the hype sticker down here, and it kind of slipped on me, but man, what a killer album! Classic European metal, great stuff, but put out by Hammerheart Records. Yeah, this came out originally in 1987, so check it out. And then I have the other albums, and this is a new release from 2024 from Medieval Steel, Blood Moon. I mean, these guys have been around since 84, 85. And this also on Lost Realm Records. You get a signed 8x10 photo. You get a patch. You get a bunch of other stuff. And but this is really, really good. It's better than their last one. This is a little bit more heavier. But yeah, phenomenal album. These guys, they're out of Indiana, I believe. But killer stuff. And then I had picked up, I just found out about these guys probably a couple months ago, and I finally picked some of their stuff up. And really love it. Great stuff. And but some thrash, some crossover band called Extinction AD. And this is from 2024, To the Detested. And just some killer stuff. Good thrash, good crossover, I mean. Fantastic stuff. And then I picked up this one here, Culture of Violence, from Extinction AD as well. And what's surprising is it also comes with a 10-inch. So you get your 10-inch and you also get the regular album version. And all. And again, killer thrash, crossover. But this is a different recording. So yeah, I didn't realize that 10-inch was going to be in there. And so anyway, an added bonus, decent price if you like crossover thrash. And then that one came out in I think 2015. This one here is, I just got this, Faith Killer. And killer stuff. And but yeah, I've been really getting into a lot of thrash, blackened thrash, death thrash, speed metal. It's just been a great, I think one of the best years ever for thrash releases, not only from newer bands, but a lot of the older bands, and a lot of music coming out from the second wave of thrash metal. But them bands have released some good stuff, like Warbringer released Wrath and Ruin, and phenomenal album. Has a little bit of a death vibe to it in some of the vocals, but still a good album. But this, I do believe this is a 25 release, but no, it's not. I think I can't remember. Anyway, I just got this, and yeah, good stuff. And then if I have it there, I don't think I do. No, it's not on that one. But anyway, another band, Scott Waters actually showed, I think it was this album, if I'm not mistaken. So I went over and I over to Google, or not Google, but YouTube, and typed in Dead Heat. Loved what I heard. Again, more thrash, hardcore, crossover, whatever. But Dead Heat and Endless Torment. It's an EP here. With the back, one side of the album is kind of, maybe you can see the reflection here or what it is on the back. You know, so it's just one-sided recording. I think these guys, they're out of New Jersey, I believe. And then I picked up, actually I got this one before the other one, so I picked up Dead Heat, World at War. And this came out in 2021 on Triple B Records. Killer stuff. And this just came yesterday, their latest release, Process of Elimination from Dead Heat. This came out on Metal Blade Records. I got it yesterday. I haven't had a chance. I was out at the lakes with my sister and her husband. We were closing up the trailer for the winter. So anyway, so I got this yesterday. I just opened them last night, but yeah, I'm glad to have that. And then we have, could be my number one of the year. There's 3 or 4 right up there. I haven't decided yet. This is the second release release from Louisiana Void Thrash, and this is Forbidden Morals. They just played over at the Keep It True Festival, I believe, last week. If you're a follower of my Metal Uprising Facebook site, I have the whole show from YouTube over there. Fantastic show that Void put on over there. I mean, I think it was probably their best performance outside not seeing them live that I've seen. Gabe Lejeune and Dan Braun, back and forth on leads, phenomenal. I mean, each have their own different style, but it just blends perfectly in what they do. Technical thrash, progressive thrash, straightforward thrash. But, and the vocalist absolutely slayed it. I mean, the drummer, hard-hitting, fast. But yeah, so I picked up the new album, Forbidden Morals, came out about a month ago on Shadow Kingdom Records. I have the black version, and I have as well the red version. There is another color, which is hard to get. It was band only color blue. I'm looking for blue. But yeah, so this is highly high up on my list of this year. And but they also released Horrors of Reality on vinyl this year, but it was released in 2023. So what do? Do you put that in as a new release for this year, or I don't know. I mean, that is one great debut album too. These guys are going to go far if they stay intact and, you know, not get eaten up by big labels. And then of course I picked up this as well, the CD, and one other thing. Of course, got to have the cassette as well. So, all formats, great stuff. I pre-ordered this, and this sounds really good. It's a live recording from Led Zeppelin, a live EP that came out here probably a month ago. All live tracks. Side A is Led Zeppelin live from Earl's Court in 1975. And they do In Time of My Dying and Trampled Underfoot. And then they do from Nebworth in 79, Sick Again and Cashmere. But I thought it's all authentic. Swan Song label with their sticker down on the bottom on the Swan Song label. Yeah, this sounds really great. And then this band out of Poland, kind of progressive thrash metal, maybe technical thrash metal, whatever you want to call it. But the second album from Poland, Species, is a paranormal technical thrash odyssey imbued with alien progressivism and enigmatic death experiences. And Species with Changelings, band out of Poland. Killer album. I hear the progressive elements in some of their stuff. It kind of reminds me of early Riverside. I believe Riverside is also out of Poland. And I think they took some of their early stylings and incorporated into this. More of the progressive side of their music. And, you know, with the technical thrash side, I mean, this is a great, it blends well, it mixes all over the place. But yeah, good album. And then I had pre-ordered this from this band out of, I believe they're out of LA. They describe their music as thrash and roll. Fast. Definitely hard rock and metalist at times. Maybe has a little Motorhead influence in there, but I picked up the first full length from Regiment called Soldiers of Speed. Here's what they call it: a doomsday, thrash and roll assault. So it's got played on 45, and it comes with an 8x10 photo, a woven patch, a sticker, a hand-numbered merchandise form, and green marble on Revolt Records. Yeah, this is really good. This came out here probably a month ago. But yeah, year of thrash in my opinion. And then in addition, this is what you get too. You get the 7-inch, which is a floppy. I have two. This is going to a friend. But New World Order is on there. So good stuff. And then I have a bunch of CDs. I showed the vinyl of this one, but I had to get the CD. Condition Critical, high on my list this year. I mean, there's so many. There's Void, Misfire, the Warbringer is up there, the Electrocutioner is up there, Condition Critical is up there. I mean, there's a lot of good thrash out there. New and old. But anyway, Condition Critical, Degeneration Chamber. Definitely 80s old school thrash. Good stuff. And then I picked up a band called Night Attack. Kind of a death thrash band. They have this, their album is called Necromancer. It was an EP. But anyway, I don't know what happened here. My music went out. So anyway, 4-track EP, Death Thrash, just came out. But the one thing that really bothers me when labels do albums or that you do it yourself, I hate the spine. It's backwards. So then you got to, instead of putting it this way in your rack, you got to put it in this way in order to match your other stuff. Just, I don't know, I never cared for that. Anyway, but it's a good album. And then I picked up this Annihilator, More Noise Volume 1. What this is a kind of a best hit of the first 3 albums. For the first time bundled on one CD, a collection of demos and bonus tracks from the albums King of the Kill, Refresh the Demon, and Remains. All songs remastered. This came out in 2025. It kind of came out about the same time as those albums that came out on vinyl this year by Ear Music. And I think the next 2 or 3 are coming out in 2026 on vinyl from Annihilator. But yeah, this is like a best. It has Annihilator, Fiasco, 21, Bloodbath, Back to the Palace, you know, good stuff. And then I've never seen this, ever. And I didn't even know if it was going to be that band, but it was. This is Annihilator Psycho Metal Kills. I've never ever seen this before. I bought it over on Shadow Kingdom. No, it was Rocket Rome. One of the two. Not more. It was Shadow Kingdom. So I had to buy this. I've never seen it. What it is kind of demos from '85 and demos from '86 and '88. It has a lot of the early stuff. But yeah, Never seen this. It's just, I mean, there's nothing to it. But interesting. And then I picked up a band, this CD from a band called Violenter. And kind of more death and thrash, burning metal. It kind of maybe has a Venom vibe. But good stuff here. Let's see, what was this released? Let's see here. I think it was just released this year, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of releases are. This is out on Folter Records. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't say, but I think it's this year. And then Nefarious, some kind of a supergroup thrash band with Katon from Hyrix. See who else was on this. Let's see. It's gonna bother me if I don't know. But yeah, what a killer album. Let's see here. Well, it has Doug, Katon, Rick, Tom, and Will. And very impressive album from these guys. It rocks. I mean, it gets you going. Good stuff. And some more kind of death thrash from Grave Witch. And this one is their self-titled album out on Virgin Music, new release, only release I believe these guys have out. 3-piece. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these guys are out of Massachusetts, I think. But great stuff. And of course, had to get the Vindicator. Whispers of Death, fantastic release. As is all their stuff. Vic and the boys do an excellent job. And yeah, Vindicator. And I finally got the second album from Thrashers, crossover Thrashers, Hellbender, Scumlords. And kind of an EP, but yeah, come out this year, No Life Till Metal, so I'll go over there, pick it up. Good stuff. And the last one is from a band out of the 70s. It's kind of a 2-on-1 CD. And earlier in the year, I was on a huge late 60s, early 70s kick, playing a lot of music that I had gotten that I really didn't have a chance to listen to from that era. And but anyway, I found this band over on YouTube and clicked on their videos, and wow, these guys blew me away. Progressive rock. Band is called Paladin, and it's a 2-in-1, the self-titled album and Charge. Originally, these came out in 1971, I believe. 71 and 72. Charge is probably more of the heavier progressive album of the two. But this came out in 2023. Great stuff. I'd love to find the vinyl, but they're very pricey. But anyway, some progressive rock from the early 70s from Paladin. Anyway, guys, that's all I have. Probably be back another month with another update. So anyway, take care, and if you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment and hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.